Greetings everyone, my name is Buck Business. Konnichiwa, I'm Kawaii Critic, and today we are here to review My Little Pony Season 9, Episode 11, Student Council. And I'll be taking the reins of this review. Go ahead and go for it. So, this is of course another Starlight Glimmer episode, and we have made it very crystal clear that Starlight Glimmer to us is one of the least favored written characters. Her writing, as of her entire run, has been all over the place, and this episode is no exception. Oh boy. Season 9 continues to flounder, just when it just had 2 good episodes and then started to flounder again. So here we have Trixie visiting and wanting to spend some quality time with Starlight Glimmer. However, she has set up a device that when someone knocks at her door, she overexerts herself in order to do whatever unknown task or help situation that she needs to go do. This leads for her to leave Trixie behind, and essentially just get more and more upset to the point of frustration and anger. And all the while, Trixie's trying to set up for this party for all these other ponies that they are associated with, the Mud Pony, Mudbriar, Starburst, I'm having a really hard time remembering their names at this point, and I do apologize for that, but that's not what's important. What is important is that we're mostly following Trixie and Starlight here, and one of the things that is obvious is the moral is, don't overwork yourself, blah 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 blah. However, this is the pony that is supposed to be taking care of this whole school at some point, yes? And this ultimately comes to my biggest problem, is that ever since that was the direction that they decided to go in, it immediately became just another problem that was overwhelming and just out of nowhere. It didn't fit who Starlight Glimmer was, and it didn't even fit who Starlight Glimmer was shoved into being at a certain point. Again, a perfect example of a character who is written so poorly that they just kind of throw all over the map. Now, Twilight's story, since she has had a longer time to develop as a character, her road to becoming a princess and now ruler of Equestria, that seems very fitting for her. Because she was given that time to do so, and she took that big step in that direction. She took the princess and the whole her getting wings step to get to that direction. Unlike Starlight Glimmer, who was shoved into this school as a sort of guidance counselor, and now she is also being tasked previously, as I mentioned, to become the head of the school. And if she can't even be a counselor, then what gives her any credence to becoming a principal? Again, I think what this episode was trying to do was make this episode her pillar episode, her step to becoming a principal. However, this episode is also trying to also be a questionably Silverstream episode at the same time. Yes, because Silverstream comes in when Starlight Glimmer is at her most upset and just wants to take a break. So she says no, and that causes her Silverstream to sort of go off on her own and do her own thing. And then the story just goes all over the place from here as we see her Silverstream's brother Terramar, who we've seen before, looking for her, saying that she has gone missing all of a sudden. and they sort of piece together that she's been doing some sort of project again, and the episode literally mentions how she did not bring this up, so this whole disappearing act was pretty much her fault to begin with, but whatever. And Starlight Glimmer is like all focused on this now, and Trixie gathers her other friends, and all of them start to go looking for her, Silverstream. So I think it's these two. So I think there's 5 of them or 6 of them in this forest as they are looking for her, and they sort of fail to do so, looking at all these cockatrices that are sort of popping up, and one of the Mudbriar gets turned to stone, and all that goes down. So they eventually bump into the school, which, by the way, when they close the door, the cockatrices could have easily just flown over, but, you know, stupidity makes them stop, I guess. So they're not that bright, and Starlight Glimmer goes, "Oh yeah, that thing was built that I somehow learned about because I was told about it off screen, and I probably should have looked here first. Whoopsie daisy!" Again, very lazy off-screen writing there, if anything else. So they eventually find that Silverstream has found a bigger cockatrice, one that has been calmed, tamed, and changed to be a good one, I suppose, and one that was able to reverse Mudbriar's condition of being stone. So they have their little party afterwards, and Silverstream tells Starlight Glimmer that, you know, we shouldn't bother you for the super small stuff. Besides, you weren't good at it anyway, so she was never really good at her job, is what I'm hearing. That is what the writing is telling me now, is that she's not even good at her job currently. So what are they doing? What are they doing? It is just absolutely baffling. What are they doing with Starlight Glimmer? This is one of the biggest issues I have had with this character, is that her roadmap is just all over the place, and it just doesn't seem to have a clear, concise way of getting there. It is just all over the place, and it has been ever since her being changed to good, which was, again, one of the earliest problems with her, is that even her redemption came, I want to argue, came even faster than Discord's did. And that's coming from another character that I also don't believe is no longer written as well as he used to be, a season ago, or even 2 seasons ago. It really feels like Discord has also digressed as well as Starlight Glimmer here, and that is a shame. That this all feels like it is all being rushed. It's all being rushed now here in Season 9. And I think that is one of the problems, is that, you know, this show has introduced so many characters outside of the main 6 at this point, is that, you know, you could easily do a spin-off of My Little Pony, and, you know, there are talks about what Generation 5 is going to be, and if that is going to be the Student 6 taking over, and all that stuff. But even if you were to take those 6 out of the equation, you still have so many ponies that could have a spin-off show. Arguably, Starlight Glimmer could have had her own spin-off show. That is how much they could develop her as a character. I know that they probably aren't going to do that, but I'm just saying, if they really wanted to flesh out her character properly, that would probably be a way to do it. But it's probably too late to do that. I'm not sure if they would ever consider doing that. And my roadmap to that is to, in this sort of side story or spin-off show, is to sort of go back in time a little bit, go back to when she was younger, or go back to when she was evil, or getting out of the evil process, and actually dedicating episodes to that transformation, actually dedicating episodes to her transformation into all of these changes, so that it can all flow like a river, instead of throwing a bunch of trees in blocking the path, her intended path. But now it is all clogged up. Now her character is sort of just lost, stuck, going in another completely different direction every which way, and none of it ever feels natural. Her only redeeming quality is when she's with Trixie, but even in that, it is still not that great. So, this is another bummer episode. So far, we are at 2 out of 11 episodes being good. 2 out of 11! That is not a good percentile we are looking at right now. So Season 9 is looking like the worst season so far. I'm trying to find if there are any ways that there could be a sort of swerve past that. I don't know how many episodes are left, but it looks like we are on the road to the worst season ever, so we will see. But that is, well, primarily but I will still say our review of My Little Pony Season 9, Episode 11. So if you did enjoy this review, then please feel free to like, comment, and yes, you can subscribe even though we might be gone. And until next time, everyone, farewell. Bye-bye!